What's going on, folks? King of the Dead here, and a different kind of video topic for us today. I got my friend Cruel Droid with me, and enough time has passed to where I feel like the die-hard fans have gotten over it. We just want to take a minute to talk about everything we don't like about Gear 5, Luffy's Gear 5 mode. Because as much as I like the Lunin and Tunin, why did he do half the things he did? Why did Oda do this? No, alright, so for starters, the whole thing about Luffy, what we like about Luffy from the get-go is that we thought he had a dumbass devil fruit. The man's a fucking rubber band. He's just stretchy and not in the comic book ways. Like, he's not turning himself into a parachute or changing his face or rearranging his fingers into a key. He just is a little bit, tangible, and he has to work with that. Like, he has to be smart about it, even though he's stupid. And that was, part of the charm and the love behind it. And then you go back and be like, nope, he's actually God. All right.
How did the fruit evade the world government for a literal 100 years?
100, probably plus 100, I can't remember, 100 or hundreds of years. So it's not even enough that, even if he just happened to stumble upon a good fruit, we have another character that has a human fruit god model. It can happen, fair enough. Some people just have mythical shit. He didn't just stumble upon it. He was born with his name on it. Like, he just had the key to success this entire time.
Best one in existence. Like it goes out of its way to say that.
Like, they literally said this is the most ridiculous, strongest power in the world. And while he is still getting sort of worked by Kaido a little bit, fair enough, I just don't think, literally, even if we keep it in Wano, where he's learning Zo and this new type of hockey to do damage to Kaido, and it doesn't matter. Gear 5's not doing that. He doesn't need it anymore. Why?
A theory that came out is that this fruit just gives him powers. The reason that he got Red Hawk is because he desired a power that was inspired by Ace, so it could be on fire.
Yep.
That means that he could have literally at any point in time just done anything just because he wanted to. He could have actually made an ability that was, I want to hit you with seawater if he was just a little bit smarter.
The theory is that Shanks knew full well what this devil fruit was, and that when Luffy ate it, he and the crew sort of just panicked. And he was they were shaking him on by his ankle, and they were like, spit it out. And what he wanted at that moment was to be on the floor. He didn't like the fact that he was being held by his foot. So because he wanted to be on the floor, as much as his stupid mind could thought was, I wish I was tall enough to where I was touching the floor right now, which is why it's stretching his face at the floor. So they just panicked and just said, oh, Gum, you ate the Gum fruit, you idiot. And that's what he thinks he has. But that's not, there is no Gum fruit. There's no such thing. Had they said, oh man, you idiot, you ate the fucking, I don't know, steel fruit, he would be walking around here with steel powers. It all depends on what he believes at the time.
That's just incredibly busted. I'm not even taking away from the fact that he did work hard for his fruit.
I am.
But by that logic, he could have just done anything at any point in time because he wanted to. The explanations for literally anything don't make sense anymore. How does Gear 2 actually work?
How does any of it work? Even Gear...
He just wanted to go faster. They were all speed blitzing him, and he was like, I want fast too, and he just gets Gear 2.
I just want to be faster. Actually, I'm faster than you now. All right, fair enough. But Gear 3, it makes sense when you first hear it. When we were all kids, we first said, oh, he's biting a hole in his thumb and blowing air into it. How? Where'd the hole go?
Yeah, exactly. Where did the hole go? It should still be there.
Even Gear 4, he bites a chunk into his arm and huffs all that goddamn air in. How? I'm not seeing it. And it just feels like everything we're doing here just barely matters anymore. Luffy struggling to learn Conqueror's Haki. They said that was the hardest version for him to learn. And all he really learned how to do was sort of just spill it out and knock people out if he needed to. And then Gear 5 is just bouncing around, laughing on the floor as Conqueror's Haki is just spilling out everywhere and knocking people out who he didn't even want to. So even that's just easy for him now. Is it just
stay on focus? We're here for the gum fruit.
We are. I'm just saying, even that, even the that's one thing I was gonna keep him. I was gonna give to him is that he did indeed work hard for that hockey. Apparently not. It doesn't even either A, it's just given to him now, or B, he doesn't need it. Like I said, the Zo, the new type of hockey he learned, he wasn't doing in the Kaido fight after Gear 5. He didn't need it. He's just hitting them now. This special only way to break somebody with the defensive Kaido, irrelevant in the face of the Looney Tunes theme song.
It really just is that there are no stakes in any fight while this fruit is in play. It just sort of we just sort of swing until something stops us.
I'm just not. And then it's one thing if you say oh, this devil fruit specifically been avoiding us. Oh, it's distracted Luffy. But then we get a confirmation from Zoe, the elephant, and he goes, I hear him, it's Joy Boy. I hear the drums of liberation. Excuse me? So you are Joy Boy. You literally are the reincarnation of Joy Boy. Are you fucking serious right now? Not that other anime haven't done this similar shit. Naruto also does this weird, like, I'm a reincarnation of a god. But at least Naruto started off with the cheats. This series started with him having a gigantic demon in his system that came out whenever he needed it to. Fair enough. We always thought Luffy would just had to work with like rough situations. And no, turns out this entire time, which we already have to confirm, that last hit killed him. That last Thunder Baguya killed him. So at any given moment, any time during this entire journey, had Luffy died, he would have gotten Gear 5. Had Shanks been too late and that Sea King actually ate him, Gear 5 would have popped out of that thing's stomach. He was never in any real danger.
Every single one of them. When Crocodile drains him of all of his water twice.
When the sun's coming up and he doesn't have his shadow. When, I don't know, fucking Magellan throws all the fucking poison on him. Like, yeah, he was clinging on for dear life, but once he loses it, comes back a god. I just don't understand.
He should have been throwing for content. It would have been better.
Yo, check this out. Just jumps to the ocean. Just jumps clean in. And like that's the main issue I'm seeing here is that, like, in the context of his own story, we have Awakening. And as goofy as Gear 5 is, he's not doing, well, that's a lie. He's doing a few things, but he's not doing that much that, like, extends past the realm of if the supposed gum fruit were to awaken. The ground is rubber, things around him are rubber, he's bouncing off clouds and he's bouncing off lightning. He's making himself giant. These are all things that are in theory we would think he could do with the gum fruit. All you had to say was that he awakened it. All you had to say was that last thump from Kaido just kickstarted his brain and he finally awakened his fruit. Like, you didn't have to come back and be like, no, he's actually God and the reincarnation of God, and the fruit was coming towards him, and it's the strongest devil fruit in the world, nigga. Oda, you're right in the head, man.
And I think it's also interesting that he does that. He does that and then immediately moves into Egghead, where we like retrace old villains. Mm-hmm. And it's actually kind of hard to gauge the stakes because so many characters are like way up high in power level, and some of them are like actually like roblucci.
All right, but you can tell. We can all tell who's Oda's favorites and who he doesn't like. Like, he's been trying to work Crocodile back into the story. He won't let Buggy get fucked. Roblucci just sort of been around ever since getting his ass beaten by second form Luffy. Like, he's been wanting to work him back into the story, but you waited too late. This leopard man is not scrapping with God himself.
It's not scrapping with God himself. You can give him his stupid black little sash all you want. He's not in this.
Just doesn't make any sense. And that's why I like the fact that Luffy's fucking with him, but he does indeed get one shot, because of course you would. This is a dumbass story if you didn't. Like, it's too late. Like, all these things you're setting up and things you want, it's too late. Who stands a chance? Like I said, Kaido was doing things, but we're not going to backtrack. We're not going to go fight people weaker than... Well, I guess we are. Fuck, Lucci. Okay, aside from Lucci, as far as like main villains, we're not about to backtrack and fight people weaker than Kaido. It doesn't make any sense. These people have to be stronger than Kaido, and Luffy still won that fight. So I'm confused as to what's our gauge here. Is Magma... Are we going to imply Magma is going to be stronger than Kaido's Dragon Fruit plus Kaido's Haki? Is that what we're doing here? Akainu just had that in him? Does Shanks have that in him? Like, I'm just confused as to all you had to do was say that it's awakened, and we'd all been enjoying Gear 5, snacking on some popcorn, watching this Looney Tunes ass man. He was already doing Looney Tunes shit. Doflamingo got hit with the equivalent of Popeye snacking on some fucking spinach. You couldn't just say that Luffy just reminds people of Joy Boy? Was that not enough for you? Like, did Luffy just, like, he
needs everything in the universe to line up.
Emily, you're not in this video.
Even though he doesn't need it!
You're not. People don't know you.
Okay,
fair. Well, that's staying in. That's staying in. All right, we're approaching the time limit, CJ. We got to wrap it up. Anything else?
Buff my boy Chopper.
What? That's different. Nah, man. Nah.
Silence him. He's right.
That's not what we're doing here. That's a different. All right, thank y'all.
He ate a human fruit too.
Shut up.
He should be a god.
Shut up. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. However you're enjoying this. Thank you, Cruel Joy, for coming out. Thank you, Emily, I guess, for guest starring. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. King of the Dead signing off till next time.
Like and subscribe.
No, we're not doing that here.